That's what's gonna happen.
Power Dick, you know, I'm feeling a little sluggish because I had a couple of sous vide Hot Pockets before we started the show today. You notice that Mathis comes in chat and he just has like catchphrases designed to sell his emoticons?
I believe he would.
He comes in and he says, "Fuck the NLSS," then drops like his Mathis Rage emote. And then he's like, "Hey everybody," and he has like a wave with his face smiling. He's like specifically designed to sell merchandise. He's the Ewoks of the show.
You should counter him with the Elmo face. That would probably get him real good.
There were a couple Elmo faces that came in. Anyway, why don't you give me a seed? And then, oh, I've accidentally put your overlay up there. That's okay,
That's right.
though. And then you give me a seed.
Yeah,
and
I'm working on it.
Okay.
We've got an XL floor here. Here we go.
Who is
Isaac, hard mode.
Isaac, hard mode, okay.
YZHV.
YZHV?
77B9.
77B9?
Yep, B is in basement, boy.
Why, chat, are you trying to troll me? Saying that the Jawas were designed to sell merchandise? What in the hell are you talking about? The Ewoks are quite clearly designed to sell merchandise.
Literally everything about Star Wars was designed to sell merchandise.
Although I gotta admit,
say property.
The Jawas are pretty cute too. They have that. Can you do your best Jawa impression, Nick?
No.
They go
I'm
like,
not gonna try to do that.
It's like that.
Oh God.
You know, I can't really do it because I'm not a real Jawa.
Can you do that again, actually?
Like, Kadidi! Something like that.
All right, I'm really into you making that sound.
Yeah?
Can you make that sound every 5 minutes for the rest of my life?
No, I can't do that, but I'm content to do it occasionally. It's pretty good.
All right, I got 2 samples here. That's definitely going to be a subscriber sound.
That's acceptable. It's pretty good, man. What the hell, my ears? You know that they make that sound. Or is that the Sand People sound?
I feel like it's probably that.
It might be the Sand People sound, you know, when they're calling out from the dunes? They do that sound? The Jawas are like, rah, rah.
I really want to do an impression of you doing the impression, but it's just going to sound so bad.
Look, I'm not saying it was a great impression, you know? There's a reason I was not tapped to play the voice the Jawas in George Lucas's 1977 classic.
Yeah, the reason was you weren't alive.
I was not alive at that point.
That was the main reason.
That was a large chunk of it, absolutely.
Unless you got a TARDIS you're not telling anybody about.
I refuse to acknowledge anything to do with Doctor Who on the show. Our docket today, as I have exercised creative control, that remains a mandate. Our docket today is a little bit of Binding of Isaac, Rebirth. Perhaps you've heard of it. I had to use that joke while I got out of that bucket of syrup.
I couldn't believe you used it, so I didn't know what to say.
That I found myself in there. And then we got Avalanche 2, Super Avalanche, which a lot of people have written off before even seeing it, and I think you're going to be sorry, because that game is real good. And then we're going to be playing a little bit of Brawlhalla with Rob to finish it off, so it's going to be a good stream. Also, I should let you know that intermittently, through the last 2 segments, I may mute myself and go away temporarily. We're having some building maintenance done, which requires letting the superintendent access our unit.
You gonna have firemen all up in his junk?
Possibly. Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know. Superintendent, firemen.
Axes.
Might be police officers. I have no idea. But it shouldn't be police officers. But either way.
Commissioner Gordon shows up.
Commissioner. It might be the commissioner. Yeah, it might be the prime minister for all I fucking know. But if I mute myself and go away.
Rachel? He wants to know where Rachel is.
If I mute myself and go away temporarily, I'm probably alive. I just have to go talk to somebody at the front door.
Can't keep that shit from Batman. He will find it out.
Can you just not talk about Batman for 2 seconds?
It's difficult for me.
I don't respect WB for their shoddy PC ports, so we're declaring a moratorium on Batman today.
I mean, they took it back down. Does that make you feel strongly?
They took it down off of Steam?
Yeah.
That's a huge step.
Like last night, they put up a thing saying like, we're not happy with this PC port. We're taking it down for now.
Man.
And we'll let you know what's up.
Imagine, like, if they had just not put it up in the first place, or foresawn this coming in advance and maybe done a better job with it.
Is that word that way?
Foresawn, yeah.
Foresawn? I've never done that before. I'm kind of into it, though.
I mean, you don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Very good. Thank you, Banana Charlie, for the 4 months in a row. How about some Rock Meows, please, chat?
They took it down yesterday. Wow. It's ballsy, man. You gotta admit. It's a huge game.
It's just they do this thing back and forth on Twitter where it's like, well, I didn't have any problems, so why did anyone else have any problems?
Right, yeah. I don't believe that people are making it up. When people are like, anecdotally, my copy works fine. I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, that is not necessarily proof of anything.
Then we do that whole grass is greener shit where it's like, who had the most suffering with whatever game they could come up with, and how it wasn't as bad or was worse than the thing we're talking about now.
That's why I got it on my Microsoft Xbox One console.
Did you actually, though?
No, I don't have time to play video games.
I didn't think you had time to play Batman.
No, just the video games in general, I don't have time to play. Rebirth isn't a game anymore, it's just it's a lifestyle. It's an application, it's software that I interact with on a daily basis. I log in, I put in my hours, and then I go home to the same room.
It's difficult to tell on Steam anymore what's software and what's games.
It's true,
it's
man.
all, like, game dev, modeling software.
Retromation YT, thanks very much for the subscription. It happens all the time. I'll buy something and I'll be like, oh shit, I accidentally bought Game Maker for Linux.
Yeah.
I really thought it was a game where you made Linux games. Instead, it's an application where you make games for Linux. It's totally different.
Or like I bought the texture creator thing the other day. It lets you make seamless textures.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a game about making seamless textures.
Oh my god, that's completely different.
It's completely different. I don't know what I was thinking.
I thought you need a budget. I thought it was a tycoon game where you balance a budget. Instead, it's like, hey, don't spend so much money, you idiot. And I'm like, don't tell me how to spend my fucking money, game. But you're not even a game.
Step 1, don't buy the shit you just bought.
You need a budget is actually awesome, though.
First thing it tells you, you fucked up.
You need
Step
a budget
1.
is good, though. Pump the brakes.
If it was bad, though, my joke would have been solid.
Yes,
Just
that's
saying.
correct. But you need a budget is beyond reproach.
No, I hear you.
It's good. It's
Does
a
it
good
do
piece
pie
of
charts?
software. You can do pie charts in it. Yes, you can do pie
Kind of
charts.
into pie charts. I like a box and whisker graph on occasion.
That's not really so much used for budgets, I guess.
No, I'm just saying as far as graphs go, that's up there, top tier for
Box
me.
and whisker? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm big on that.
We
Box
don't
and
call
whisker.
it that, but I can absolutely picture exactly the kind of graph you're talking about. No question.
Big fan of the box and whisker.
It's more of
graph.
like a statistical analysis tool.
Yeah?
Oh, did I leave Charmer the Vampire behind? My mistake. My mistake.
It's alright, it happens to the best of us. How about this Guppy's tail? How about I pick that up?
Yeah, why don't you take everything in there?
That's a little risky, Strats.
I don't
Maybe
think
I
it-
will, though.
I don't think it is risky.
I already have 3 orbitals, though. Why do I need the sacrificial dagger? Is there a damage up associated with sacrificial
Well,
dagger?
it's
I'm
like
not
the
aware of.
greatest sacrificial dagger in the game.
I've got a meat cube.
Yes, this is correct.
I got this shit on lock. Don't worry about it.
You're not going to take it.
No, I'm just gonna go fast.
Huge, huge mistake.
I've got Devil Precedent.
You get more Devil Precedent if you get more Devil items. It's just science.
I don't know about that.
Have you been practicing the boiler strats,
No,
Nick?
not yet. Maybe tonight I will. I've got, what, a whole 24 hours, roughly.
Yeah, but I think if you just
it's gonna
know
be
the
great.
boiler strats, they say knowing is half the battle, so...
Yeah?
I learned a
Right.
lot yesterday. A lot of boiler strats that I had no recognition of, or sorry, no awareness of prior.
I think the way that I would have the best chance of beating you in this race is for you to not know that we're speedrunning and for me to be trying my hardest.
Well, that's not really a fair race then, is it? It's not like...
No, it's not fair. I'm
It's
just
not like
saying that's my
Usain
best
Bolt,
chance.
they put a blindfold on Usain Bolt, and then they're just like, hey man, why don't you try to run? Just have like a leisurely run in the park with that blindfold on, but actually he's at like the Olympic Stadium racing
You would
against...
probably still win is the thing.
Well, I don't know about that, it's possible.
Is that cursed eye? Fucking hell.
Depends how many chicken nuggets he's had on that day.
Does he really like chicken nuggets?
That was the story, is that
yeah.
Usain Bolt, the day before, or the day of his record-setting 100-meter dash, ate like 12 chicken nuggets or something like that. Not chicken nuggets,
what was
chicken
that,
McNuggets.
I mean, at least they weren't crispy strips or something, right?
I don't know, you might like a crispy strip as well.
I certainly like them. I'm just saying in terms of runability, they're certainly going to weigh you down a lot more.
I don't know, man. 12 chicken nuggets versus like 5 crispy strips?
No, I thought we were doing equivalent exchange here.
Well, equivalent exchange, 1 strip does not equal 1 nugget.
I didn't say it did. I was just using the terms.
Nobody's getting 10 strip chicken meals, man.
I wish they were, though. That's the word I
That's
want.
way too much.
That's some kind of utopia shit right there.
Everyone knows the comparison, and that's a 10-piece chicken McNugget deal is equal to a 5-strip deal. A 6-piece chicken McNugget is equal to a 3-strip deal.
It's like 2.5 nuggets per 1 strip. I understand.
Yes, this is precisely correct.
Something around there.
It's in that region. It changes. There's an economy of scale that comes in as
There
you get...
absolutely is an economy of scale that comes in.
Precisely.
Unequivocally. Thank you, Dogtopus, very much for your
welcome.
subscription. Alright, so this is a room that if I was racing right now, I would have bombed out of, because I'm real sick of these 2 champion hosts not dying, ever.
two champion hosts.
They're not dying.
Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek and Vanna White. Sajak.
Is that the implication they're gonna fight?
No, the implication is that they're two champion hosts. They've hosted tournaments of champions.
The title if they don't fight.
Well, they're champions, man.
They gotta keep their belt.
They host the tournament of champions. That makes them champion hosts by definition.
Alex Trebek's like, I'm gonna host Jeopardy for a minute, and then Pat Sajak hits him in the back of the head with a chair.
I think Alex Trebek would kick the shit out of Pat Sajak.
Yeah, I think so.
Pat Sajak's all vanity muscles. Alex Trebek actually, like, he builds like a gazebo in his yard on the weekend.
I don't even think there's hardly a contest with those two.
There is no question. Plus, Alex Trebek is Canadian. Pat Sajak is like this, you know, California pretty boy. Alex Trebek, he's got functional skill.
Being Canadian, meaning he was raised in the wilderness.
Precisely, as we all are, and then we graduate to a city if we choose.
You ever see the movie 300? It's something like that, right?
No, I've never heard of it.
You gotta kill a wolf with a spear.
Is this a movie about the number 300? Is it about the famous Peloponnesian War, which took place in the year 300?
Yeah, probably that one. No, not really. There was like a Persian guy, they kicked him in a pit, and then they had to fight in the hot gates for a while.
Persia doesn't exist anymore. He must have just been Iranian. We don't use that term.
Alright, well, I'm not trying to be like racist or anything. I'm just not aware of geography.
What kind of pussy chicken strips are you getting where 2 nuggets is equivalent to 1? I agree with you. It's like 2.5 to 3 nuggets per chicken strip. Unless you go to some place that you're like, oh, can I have a 5 chicken strip basket, please? And then they give you like 4 real ones, and then there's 1, and you're like, that's a borderline strip, Dairy Queen. Come on.
Be aware the theoretical was not positing them as being equivalent in size. I was just putting the names against each other.
Sometimes you do get a, sometimes you get like a 6-strip deal, because they'll be like, oh, that one doesn't really count as a strip.
Right.
So they include another full strip, and then you round that up. That's 6 strips.
Sometimes you get an anomalous chicken nugget that's got 2 stuck together.
I have never had that happen, actually.
It's not the prettiest of things, but you do get roughly 54% more meat.
So there's like a little... There's like I don't even understand, a synergistic benefit. 2 Chicken McNuggets getting stuck together is more meat than if there were 2 Chicken McNuggets separately.
It's actually less, but you get to count it because they go by number, not by weight.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. It was like an alcohol by volume versus by mass.
Exactly.
All right, I understand.
Yeah. Oh, it's Capricorn. I love this item.
Sometimes they give you 2 small nuggets instead of 1 big one. Yo, where are you going that you've got these variable chicken nugget sizes? Chicken nuggets they come out of like a press.
Yeah, they turn the chickens into like pink goo, and
Exactly.
then they extrude it.
I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it.
And then they put the bread on it and they fry it.
Correct.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, we did so much to really discredit the pink goo because it was so unnatural, but it's like, if you puree meat, that's what it's gonna look like.
I find it like, yeah, exactly. I find it kind of hypocritical. People go to McDonald's and be like, whoa, I thought these were the actual nuggets of the chicken. I thought you just reached inside of the feathers and then pulled out a couple nuggets.
Nuggets from the front.
Exactly. Like, it's very funny to me. People are like, oh, I'm not gonna eat chicken McNuggets anymore because they come out of the pink goo. And I'm like, well, what did you think was really happening? I've been aware of the pink goo since like 04, you know, when Super Size Me opened all of our eyes. And I've eaten, it's still my go-to McDonald's meal, is a chicken McNugget meal. I'm into it.
Every now and then they make some kind of statement that's like, you know, fresh, free-range products and no pink goo. And it's like, I don't know if they've doubled back on that stance or if they haven't. But if I ever worry, I'll just pretend that they have. And then I don't have to think too hard and I can just eat it.
Please don't take this as me being proud of the pink goo. I would also prefer, like, if they just sliced up a chicken breast themselves in the restaurant and then breaded it with their hands, you know, but at the same time that's going to cost a little bit more than your chicken McNuggets do right now.
They got to make money here. This is a business. This is not some kind of, you know, hippie love factory.
Yeah, margins are really thin at McDonald's.
They really are.
They've been having a tough time.
They certainly haven't tested that market yet.
They've been having a tough time at things. It's still, honestly, until a business is as old as the East Indies Trading Company, I don't believe you remember them. They made Angry Birds.
Spices, right? Oh.
No, they make mobile games.
Oh.
But Yes.
I need to get in the spice game.
As far as I'm concerned, McDonald's is still a startup. Until you get, you got to be 300 or 400 years old to make it happen.
Actually, we're kind of in the spice game if you think about it. It's
No,
the oldest game known to man.
Don't even have to think about it. We are definitely in the spice game. You are correct.
Yeah, produce salt every day.
It's a seasoning,
Or
not a
export.
spice, but I guess it's semantics unless you're really in the industry, so to speak.
We are in the industry, so we get to set the terms.
That's correct.
I think that's how it works.
Yes, this is fair.
I don't know what's happening.
Chat's really liking my run right now, but I don't want to tell you what I got, Nick.
Death's Touch.
No.
That would make me happy, so I just want to get
Not
that
as
out.
happy as the item I got, probably.
Proptosis.
Nope.
Polyphemus.
Nope.
out through your bunghole.
Gax Kong, thank you very much for the subscription. Father Gax Kong, it's a
Gas cone.
little Blood Bowl reference for you. Blood Bowl 2 coming out this September. Pretty
When's
excited.
he gonna go back to his Blood Bowls?
When is NL
guys?
gonna return to Blood Bowl? I want to see the conclusion of the Polaris tournament. Well, you can. I was not in the finals for that. I'm still pleased with my performance, though. I gotta turn the sub sound up. I will admit.
You're the opposite problem of me. I gotta turn mine down.
Yeah,
Oh,
turn yours
pentagram. I like that.
That's not very good.
All right, 3 red chests. Let me guess. All troll bombs. Oh, spiders. All right, good start. 2 pills. Troll bombs. All right, I knew they were gonna show up.
The sub sound is not coming from my phone. No, that is absolutely not. That's a terrible waste of data.
How am I gonna re-roll? There's nothing to re-roll here.
What floor are you on anyway?
Caves 1.
Freaking
I
Speedy.
just finished it though.
Speedy Gonzalez here. Caves 1. Slow down, Turbo.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm very likely going to lose. I'm not doubting you.
I'm really intimidated by the meta of
That's all I've got going in my favor, though.
Balls of Steel. It is, but I'm intimidated by it because people are like, when Cobalt was like, people really value like high DPS starts. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Don't you play as Isaac? Don't you play as Isaac and then just, you start with the same amount of damage, but I guess you restart until you find an item room.
Yeah, they're talking about what you get in your first item room.
Yeah, but I was like, I thought, because I'd seen so little of it, I just assumed that you just go to the first item room and whatever it is, just go for it, man.
You play like that, you'll probably still win.
I mean, I'm not trying to act like I'm the underdog. I'm just saying it's different than I would have expected.
We'll see who's talking crabs in a bucket by the end of this whole thing.
I'm not. There's no bucket and crab situation to talk about. It's one-on-one, man.
Yeah, well, bucket of 1. That's all you need.
1, you're like a dream come true. 2, just want to be with you.
3, I don't have a thing for 3.
Nick, it's plain to see.
Oh, okay. No, we don't. Oh. What the hell's the joke in that? Oh, he's his own joke, I guess. Yeah, it works for McDonald's, right? How many chicken nuggets do you think Brian McKnight ate before he put on his opus?
I muted myself accidentally trying to fix the crackle. You like that, chat? That's what you get. Chat goes crackle. I mute and unmute my mic a couple of times and then accidentally leave it muted for like 10 minutes during my sweet-ass Brian McKnight joke.
You were definitely not muted for more than 5 seconds.
No, I was muted on XSplit.
Oh.
Not everything's about you, Nick.
I didn't realize that there was a disparity there. I want to thank Coconut Pocky very much for the 4-month subscriptions, and I also am showing you my seed at the same time, as people have been requesting that quite
There
a
you
bit.
go.
There
I will
you
say
go.
the same to you, Llama Brigade. The crackle was gone when you were muted? I get it. Because my mic was muted.
You are literally the embodiment of Crackle. You're like that chocolate bar named Crackle.
I think Jerry Seinfeld might be the embodiment of Crackle.
It's a little cheeky, isn't it?
His show is on Crackle.
Oh. I thought you were
What
just
did
saying,
you were
like-
implying that he uses hard drugs or something like that?
No. I was thinking, like, people don't full on laugh at Jerry Seinfeld. They just sort of crack.
What are you talking about? Jerry Seinfeld is
like a titter.
He's the landmark comedian of our generation, Nick.
Can titter be like Twitter for comedians?
Twitter for comedians is Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about coming up with the greatest bone mope.
You know, the only downside of us doing the Roundtable podcast over E3 is I didn't get the free double XP weekend on Twitter of all the snarky tweets I could have made that I usually make.
No, don't worry. There was still more than enough to go around. I really loved during the EA conference just seeing how many people are really proud of the fact that they don't care about sports. And they're like, well, okay, it's time for me to talk about how much I hate sports. It's been 3 months since people were tweeting about the Super Bowl, so it's time to go all in. Wow, everyone tweeting about the Super Bowl. Ooh, I don't care about sports at all. I'm a special snowflake here.
Indignant candor regarding amiibos, so I guess I'm pretty guilty there as well.
Yeah, but amiibos are serious business, Nick.
I mean, they actually are.
They are. There was a truck of them stolen. That's straight
way
up
more
the
serious
most.
than I could understand.
It's the most serious business of all, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Dingle charges thrice, dodge perpendicular, not parallel to him. Yeah, but there were 2 of them, so it's a little different when there's 2. Oh, like a penny. Let's get a key out of this room, please.
You gonna do boss rush, Nick?
What do you think I'm doing, speed running? This fucking guy. Alright, now I can go to my item room.
Can't believe EA Sports, the single biggest moneymaker for EA, is getting on stage to talk about their sports games that are consistently some of the best-selling games of the year at a trade show where they're trying to impress investors. EA, shake my head, EA. When will you learn nobody cares about FIFA?
It's way more rude when you say SMH, though.
SMDH. SMH, SMDH.
Yeah, shaking my damn head. I don't have time to write that all out.
My darn head.
Nor do I have the room in characters for that kind of shit. You're not worth my characters, EA.
You're not worth my... That's insulting.
I didn't say it. Twitter said it.
You asked me why I rerolled Mom's Eye? I mean, I'm not saying the Rosary's a great item, but Mom's Eye is trashed here. In my opinion.
Mom's Eye is not bad. It has the freeze effect.
That's Mom's Contact.
Oh.
Mom's Contact?
Mom's Eye is the backward shot?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, trashed here then.
Mom's Contact is dope.
It could be okay if you have it with Loki's Horn. You just get, like, weird backward firing synergies. If you're into that kind of thing.
Nah.
Not into that kind of thing.
Not at all, no. Ooh, don't mind if I already did.
Ooh.
Meow. Meow.
Meow, indeed. Thank you very much for that donation, by the way. I'm going to read donations at the end of the segment. I appreciate it. That was very generous.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you to you, too.
No, you're welcome. I already said you're welcome. Don't make it weird. Hey man, it cuts both ways. I'm not shilling for EA. If NHL 16 turns to be as bad as NHL 15 turned out to be, I'll be the first one to rake them over the coals. But nobody's gonna care about it regardless because I'm the only person who follows myself on Twitter who cares about the NHL franchise, apparently.
I really doubt that's true.
It's probably not, no. Meow. I'm really glad I took that item that a lot of people thought maybe it was silly to take now. Because it's keeping me alive as I've taken all these items that I really wanted to take.
It was Monkey's Paw, wasn't it?
No. Monkey's Paw is a trinket, not an item.
Still an item in my heart.
No. It's not an item in the game files, and that's the universal truth.
Should I get BFF?
Yes.
People kind of like that item, right?
Do you have mad stacks? Like, did you get Humbling Bundle?
Yeah, I just did just now, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm blowing up my donation machine and getting, with Burnt Penny, I'm getting all my bombs back and also double the coins, so that's actually working out fairly well for me.
Yeah, you can... the ideal situation is to blow up your donation machine and then pay it back with double, but usually the donation machine will break, like, 5 pennies in.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes
I didn't
it,
really
like...
think about it like that.
It makes it not completely optimal, but when it works out like that, it's very nice.
For the sake of the show, I don't really need to bother doing that kind of shit, though. I can just farm pennies off screen.
You've gotten your donation machine to $9.99 before, though, right?
I've gotten it up there. I've gotten it back down again. I've turned it around in a circle. It's not a big deal. It's all sorted out. What is with all these damn trinkets? I don't want any of these trinkets anymore.
I'm still rocking Burnt Penny despite having 79 bombs. I would not recommend it.
It's alright. What was I gonna take? The freaking magnet? I don't
Yeah,
want the,
no, I mean, there are better. There's, like, Flatworm shows up.
I haven't seen that yet.
Ah, Woom XL. Come on, dog.
Hey, Remix One Up. Thanks very much for the subscription. Let's get some Rocky Ahas, please.
NL, did you hear that they might be expanding the NHL? What are your thoughts on it? It sounds like Las Vegas is guaranteed to get a team, so I'm not going to waste my breath on talking about the fact that I think that's very silly. And why put another team in the desert to die, but that's not my decision. I would love to see Seattle get the other team because it's close to Vancouver and would make a nice geographic rival. I would love to see Quebec City get the other team if Seattle doesn't get it because it's Canadian and I think they could probably support it. The end.
I've heard that they're adding a Rick and Morty announcer pack for the NHL. What are your thoughts of this?
It's got to be better than... I was trying to think of a hockey announcer I didn't like. What's that guy? You know, he's he did the West Coast games in the playoffs this year. Paul.
Oh,
Paul
you know
something?
that guy. Yeah, I know
that guy,
him.
you know.
Yeah, of course I know him.
I didn't like that guy that much.
Yeah, me either. Fuck that guy. What a good joke.
I don't think they're going to put a team in Kansas City. At least I don't think they're going to put a team in Kansas City soon. Because, like, St. Louis is close by. They have great support. But is there really that big of a hockey base in those areas?
Do you think they play a lot of hockey in, like, Saudi Arabia?
Probably not as much as they do here, I'd have to guess.
You think they have, like, a real hockey league over there?
What do you mean by a real hockey league?
Well, I mean, like, do they compete with the rest of the teams, or do they have, like, their own little area?
I bet there's probably... What do you mean their own little area?
I'm saying things in a weird way that's making me sound like a dick, but I don't mean.
I bet they have some organized hockey leagues. You know, the level of competition is not good. Like nobody's leaving the NHL to play for the Riyadh Remparts or anything.
Right. Well,
like
I'm just thinking maybe someday somebody makes some kind of victorious movie. The guy starts in Saudi Arabia, works his way into the NHL, and he's the best hockey player the world's ever seen.
This is not likely to happen in the near future.
Because that's kind of like the whole Jamaica, we got a bobsled team paradigm, isn't it?
Yeah, but the
you don't expect Jamaicans to be good at bobsledding for some reason.
And the untold story of that is that they really kind of weren't, though.
Oh.
Like they went to the Olympics, which is amazing. It was more than I've ever done, but at the same time, they didn't really they tipped over their bobsled.
All right.
Cool Runnings is uplifting, but it's not uplifting because they won the gold medal. It's uplifting because nobody gave them a chance and they still excited.
They're good guys. They deserved a chance. That's all.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying we shouldn't allow people from Saudi Arabia to play in the NHL here.
Sounds like that's what you're saying right now. No, it doesn't really.
Oh, I thought I had a reroll ready. Oh, what the heck is going on with these Curse of the Mazes here? I thought Mathis was the racist one. It's not racist to say that the Jamaican bobsled team came in last. Unless they didn't.
Like a fact, isn't it?
Unless they didn't really come in last. But that's still not racist. It's just ignorant in a different way, exactly.
I don't know. I think it could have been a decent movie, honestly.
It was a good movie!
No, I mean my idea, the Saudi Arabian hockey player.
Sure, I mean, yeah, there's lots of things that could be good
head.
movies. All you need is an incredible, team behind them to make it happen.
All you need is love. Love is all you need.
I don't think all you need is love, though. All right, I know exactly.
I don't care who you are or what you did, as long as you love me, because that's all you need.
That's a song for someone with very low standards, isn't it?
Yeah. Kind of like a self-pity song.
You could be like a... Or they could be, I should say, like a world-famous arsonist.
They probably were, to be honest.
Well, they could be for all you know, right?
Yeah, you don't know, but you love them anyway.
NL, use your Canadianness to get a second NHL team in Alaska. There's not in Alaska, sorry, in Nashville. Very different. That is just...
That's not his prerogative in Alaska.
We only have 6 Canadian teams in our entire country, which admittedly does have a smaller population base than the U.S. by a large degree. But, that's what Austin was like, hey, they should really get an NHL team in Houston. I'm like, I realize Texas is large, but you already have Dallas. There are, Canadian provinces with 0 NHL franchises.
Really? There are?
Yeah. There's like 13 Canadian territories. There's only 6 Canadian teams.
I don't know. I figured everybody had some kind of representation.
No way, dog.
It's like a pretty serious sport.
It's very popular up here, yeah. It's a big one.
Oh, look at this item. It's Mom's knife. Alright, well... I don't know. I don't feel like taking it. Kind of looks like a spatula, like you'd put icing on some yellow cake with it. I re-rolled it to Judas's Shadow.
You re-rolled Mom's knife.
Yeah, and then I think I'm just not going to take it either. No.
You re-rolled Mom's knife into Judas's Shadow, and then you're not going to take Mom's knife.
No, I'm not going to take Judas's Shadow.
Or Judas's knife.
Or Judas's knife. Shadow.
I'm not going to re-roll the books because I want to use Forget Me Now on the chest. But it's kind of like a weird one because... like, I would have gotten 3 extra items out of it anyway. So, mathematically, I'm just too lazy to figure out if this is a decision that actually makes any sense, or if it's just kind of funny.
Mathematically.
Ohio has 2 MLB teams. Yeah, lots of places in the U.S. have 2 teams in a sport. I'm just saying, you know, like, Canada is also due for one as well. And we kind of have a reputation for enjoying the sport of hockey more than Texas. I don't know. I don't think that's that controversial to say.
Do you guys have a lot of famous boxers? Because, like, Canadian politeness is a thing, yet there's also a lot of fighting in the NHL. So
Yeah.
I was wondering if maybe that's, like, the next level. Like, you graduate from NHL to boxing.
What an insulting attitude about the NHL.
What?
And also a little bit insulting to the sport of boxing.
Why?
Which
It's
is a
sweet science,
It's
man.
a
What's
great
insulting
sport
about that?
requiring a lot of strategy and artistry. Not that hockey fights do not, but there's like, you know, also you pretty much just tug on each
You gotta
other's
bob and
shirts
weave or you're gonna
punch.
get your shit knocked out of
That's
you.
not really the way it works in the NHL fights anyway.
Go like a bumblebee. That's what
Not
you do.
really, no.
Alright.
Not really. But there are famous Canadian boxers. Arturo Gatti, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis,
I feel like you're not being entirely honest there.
Nick and Rick Bruiser. Bear Hugger is Canadian.
Alright, I'll just let you keep going. That's fine.
Bear Hugger is actually Canadian, though.
Okay.
The
Was the
other ones-
expectation that I would know so little that I would just go right past all of those.
Well, no, it's just, you know.
That's a little
It
insulting.
was just, you know.
I have played Fight Night Round 3, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ricky
rip your
Haddon,
innards out
he's
through your
Canadian.
bunghole.
Ethan's 9999. Thank you very much for the subscription. That's the last one before Ethan's 10,000. This is a pretty solid run, Nick.
I was real happy about the whole Cricket's Head deal.
That was part of it. I'm just going to let you in on this. Cricket's Head, Polyphemus, Mom's Knife, Guppy.
I asked about Polyphemus. I guess you didn't have it at the time.
No, I got Polyphemus after that. Holy Mantle is also, it's playing a role on this run.
Yeah, you don't need that if you don't get hit, right?
Ipecac, it's nice to have. That way I can get hit, and like on purpose, to
And
hurt
keep on
enemies
hitting.
more. To speed myself up. Some kind of mom's wig action.
It's like the spiders in the hair move.
Yeah, precisely. And that'll be that. Easiest run of my life.
I feel pretty confident that I'm probably going to win this run.
Where are you at on your run?
I'm just about to fight Mom.
Alright, I'm gonna do an Azazel run.
You know what? Instead of fighting Mom, let's just go look around this floor for a while.
Don't get freaked out, chat, by that one streak. Remember, this is my other save file.
I was a little freaked out by that, to be honest. Yeah, I should donate some money here. Hey, 69 bombs.
It's good. I mean, it's not really, because you're not going to use them, but,
No, I'm going to use a couple of them right now to pay back my machine in double. I
Yeah.
don't like how the heart is blocking the first digit of my donation machine. I cannot see what number that is. Oh, it's a 7, I think.
We'll
Yeah,
just donate 100 cents, and then you'll know.
Yeah, that would be really, really fantastic if I went over the top because I couldn't see it.
I guess I haven't had that problem in a while. I haven't been close.
I'm at 800.
Congratulations.
I'm
You
gonna
want
rip
to
your
brag
innards
about
out
it?
through your bunghole.
No, I don't need to.
The Annie's 10,019. It might also be the Anus, but I don't know. Something similar. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the subscription.
Thanks, the anus.
It might be Theonis? Like maybe it's like a one name, like a Greek name or something like
The
that.
Anus Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's a Game of Thrones reference, as is the norm now.
Why I thought you liked that?
You've been watching some GOT recently, Nick?
Not recently, but I'm caught up on it.
Me too, just from listening to you talk.
Wow.
The White Walkers come out, and then they eat the turkey dinner. I don't know where I'm
talk
going
that
with this.
much about it.
And then Bruce Willis was dead the whole time, and the Mighty Ducks, the beat Team Iceland.
It's actually my new post-hardcore band. Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. It's a little long, but it's actually better for being long.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm gonna take the Mom's Eye that you didn't take just to get retribution.
Why? Why?
So that way the item doesn't feel left out, and when Edmund is balancing the stats for it, seeing how many people picked it up, they'll see that I picked it up.
It should feel left out, man. It's a shit item.
No
Maybe
item left behind in Isaac.
Maybe it needs some time to think about what it's done. And
What has it done?
Exactly nothing.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, you pick that up and then pick up Ipecac. Let me know how that works out for you, mister. You got a Curse of the Blind Ipecac coming your way on the chest.
That's a bad idea for me to do that. I think you're trying to set a trap, mate.
I'm not setting a trap, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know what's going to befall you if you continue on your...
Well, I already picked up Mom's Eye, so the
well,
Ipecac
that's too
is
late
imminent.
then, yeah.
Shit, I thought this was a one run. Turns out I'm gonna die.
Yep, you are actually dead already.
Walking.
Oh, it's fucking... Ever since Josh called it Moonstar, it's just been non-stop Moonstars.
It's honestly a better name.
What about the Jar NL? The Jar also sucks.
Breath of Life is still one of the worst.
Breath of Life is terrible.
A flatworm.
Flatworm's pretty fun. I like that one.
Yeah, that was not meant to be on the list. I was just
Right, yeah,
happy
no,
I saw it.
I'm with you. I understood. You got a good setup going there. Doesn't really help
should
out
take
Mom's
it.
Knife, unfortunately.
I'm taking Isaac's head with me.
Taking Isaac's head.
Yeah.
Your role as the home for misfit trinkets and items is going to it's going to cost you dearly.
No, I just want to make sure they're okay. That's all they want in life, is just to be okay.
I might have re-rolled it into the rosary. So to be fair, it's not like I got a huge payout from that Mom's Knife room.
Rosary is just like 3 spirit hearts, right?
Yeah.
It's
And then I
kinda
paid
old
15 cents to get the Bible, so I didn't have to get it later. Head of Krampus has appeared in the basement.
Well, it's not like you're going to spend that money on anything else, so it seems about the same.
Yeah, I can't donate to the donation machine on a seated run, so... Yo, you can't use, like, jar, or, like, the thing I resent when it comes to Isaac's strategy is when people are like, well, you can't call this item shit, because if you get this one specific item and this other specific item, then they're actually really great in concert with one another. That may well be true, but that doesn't, just because the jar is good with Maggie's bow doesn't mean the jar is not shitty. Because what are the odds that you pick it up with Maggie's bow? Like, 1 in... Probably, because the jar shows up frequently, it's probably like 1 in 30, 1 in 40. That's not enough to make it good. If something's good 3% of the time, you know, it's still bad.
Right, unless you're just really compartmentalized, like a self-masochist or something.
Situationally.
Pseudo-masochist, something. Yeah, situational pseudo-masochist.
Situationally pseudo-masochist, thank you very much for the subscription. Practicing my afterbirth daily strats.
Working on my roar.
Yeah? Says the guy who picks up Little Chad every time in the hopes of getting Dark Bomb. Yeah, but Dark Bomb shows up every second run. You get Dark Bomb and Little Chad 85% of the time.
But they nerfed him so bad now. He
saw-
doesn't
well,
pay out every time.
No, I've rethought that, because sometimes he pays out with a spider, and 1 spider is worth like 4 spirit hearts. So I actually am starting to think that they buffed him recently. I think
I've walked into him and had him pay out with that spider and hit me.
Oh, I'm talking about friendly spiders, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about the angry one.
You're talking about angry spiders. That's
Red,
different.
blinky spider.
Those ones are not worth nearly as much. Blank card is then bad. No, you're applying the logic with a too high of a generalization. Blank card is good because you get so many cards and runes, there's a very high percentage chance you get something useful, and there's like 8 useful, or like super useful synergies with it. You know, you got Hierophant, you got Yera, you got Algiz, Perthro, etc., etc. Whereas if it's like Like Isaac's Heart, there people are like, Isaac's Heart and Blood Rights, you know? The odds of you getting both of those are quite low, especially if you got, like, Isaac's Heart second. Because then you would have had to pick up and hold Blood Rights until Isaac's Heart showed up, which probably halves the chances even further beyond that.
So the argument is really more for just that there's diminishing returns when there's only one synergy with a particular item.
Right, yeah, that's the less... If an item is shit but has good synergies, the less synergies it has, the shittier it's likely to be, I suppose.
So I wonder where that line is drawn then.
Well, it depends on the quality of the item. I think the problem is the generalization being drawn.
So you have sort of an emotional attachment to certain items, though, which I think can maybe color where the line gets drawn on certain occasions.
There's room for personal preference, for sure.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's all chat's really saying, too, just in different words.
This is not correct.
No?
We are Sith meta right now, dealing entirely in absolutes.
That's a big mess. Don't deal in absolutes, guys. You will not have a pleasant time doing that.
Sometimes you gotta have non-absolutes. You gotta have variables.
Life's all shades of gray. There's 50 of them in there. Embrace the ones that feel good to you.
I'm not singling you out in particular, Wolfski. It's like the jar I understand, and I probably don't give the jar enough credit and have not used it in like 400 episodes. The one that burns me is Isaac's Heart, and people are like, well, you know, or hold on to, get rid of the D6 and hold on to Kamikaze because there's a chance you might get Pyromaniac later. I'm like, it's really low. And also that combination has saved my life once, but is also very shitty still.
I think the emotional attachment to Child's Heart or Isaac's Heart comes from the fact that it's an item you unlock near the very end of all the items being unlocked, so people go, look at that, it's a special thing that only you get to use.
I understand.
So, like, how dare you not take advantage of this opportunity you've been given by your own perseverance?
I will say, though, that I used to hate the guillotine, and I was like, I'm never going to pick up the guillotine. And then I got the guillotine a lot, and I like it a lot now. I take it almost every time. Same with anti-grav, although not everybody agrees on that one. And I did have a Dr. Fetus run where I got Ipecac and was like, this is sweet. Because the bombs don't hurt you anymore, and they explode on contact. So it becomes very good. I think you get a huge damage bonus, too. But I have had runs as well where I picked up Dr. Fetus early, got no damage upgrades, and then just ate shit for like the entirety of the game.
If you can find a way to not take damage from explosions and then go absolutely nuts with the explosions branching off into other explosions, I don't see any harm there. You're just having a good time. That's like the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Speedrunners love the guillotine. It's pretty legit. Alright, I'm glad to hear that. I mean this sincerely. It's going to sound like I'm being sarcastic, but whenever I have an opinion about an item that is validated by speedrunners, that's all I need. I'm like, yep, no need to ever reconsider that whatsoever.
Until the meta changes and then the speedrunners aren't in your favor anymore. That happens, doesn't it?
I hope not. I'd prefer not to think about it.
You wouldn't know at that point.
I'd prefer not to think about it.
That's fair.
This is not a new save file. It's just a different save file from like 7 months ago that I'm using to not spoil the streak.
Range up instead of a health. Why not?
Oh, that didn't go well.
Not to potentially spoil the streak is what you mean.
Right. Because it might not even be still
going.
going.
The right vernacular here.
Sorry, thank you for keeping me honest, Nick. And by keeping me honest, I mean apparently helping me to be as willfully dishonest as possible.
And try to be your lawyer when I can here.
I appreciate that, yeah. I anal, but, you know, it helps.
I anal also.
Actually, I slam, spit, then I shoot. Which I believe is the chorus of Informer by Snow. But I'm not going to attempt it. I don't know why I keep going to these shops. I guess there is an item in it.
Can you imagine there was a dance made around slam, spit, and then I shoot like the Macarena, but for, you know, sex gestures?
Isn't the Macarena a sex gesture?
Yeah, I was just about to say that too.
That's how I've been doing it, at least.
Caught me.
You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left nut in, and then you're shaking all about. You put your balls up in the butthole, and then you yell booyah. That's what it's all about.
What if that really is what it's all about?
That was an old A Thug of Porn reference.
It's a classic reference. Kids these days, they have no appreciation for these.
That's old school, man.
I'm gonna re-roll this whole library full of books.
That is a great idea. I would recommend it.
I did get what I could out of them already, though.
That is not the Macarena. Pardon me? I think I've done the Macarena before in my life. So, you don't need to tell me what is and is not the Macarena.
You put right hand forward and then left hand forward, then you flip them over one at a time.
And then you
go to the back of the head.
You put your thing in, flip it, and reverse it. And then Missy Elliott comes in and she goes, it's like, nerd.
Remember when she wore a trash bag in that one music video? What was that all about?
I don't know, man, but she has, like, Graves' disease. She was apparently not well for a while.
Does that turn your skin into a stone?
That is not a real disease outside of Aesop's Fables. And Ernest Scared Stupid.
And Game of Thrones.
Oh, here we go again.
You went to the furthest reaches to get back to the place we just were.
You ever think that maybe, like, George R.R. Martin is just waiting for them to make more series or more episodes so that it's much easier for him to actually write the books?
I've heard that he's actually giving them information that hasn't been written in books yet.
And then he's just gonna, like, watch the episodes and write down the text. I think that's exactly how this is gonna go.
What a sneaky Pete he is.
He just is lazy. That's his problem.
Come on, George R.R. Martin. Stop being so lazy.
Stop being so lazy. He's writing all these, like, 1,200-page books.
Stories.
No big deal. I've read 1,200-page Sonic fan fiction. It exists. Don't question it.
You think I can monetize that?
On Amazon, can't you?
No, I mean, like, reading it.
You think you can monetize reading?
I want to make Sonic fan fiction ebooks.
You want to
sell them on Amazon?
Yeah, you mean audiobooks?
Yeah, audiobooks.
Okay.
The e-audiobooks.
E-audiobooks, okay. But you got to get sponsored by the Entertainment Channel first. And
I'm
also,
not going to make physical cassette tapes of them.
I think you may want to do some market research and figure out what the industry is named before you invest all these resources into getting involved in it. But I like where your head's at.
Look, I'm trying to be entrepreneurial. It's the spirit of America. I know you wouldn't understand.
Everyone in Canada is a millionaire, and it's all because of government handouts.
Well, I guess that's one thing we've got in common. What?
I don't get it.
Not real.
Is it a joke about your country being socialist?
It's a joke about the people that make jokes about the country.
Okay, I thought there was something there to be mined. America is a socialist republic. At least it's on the way there. We can all agree.
I hope it hurries up.
It's almost there.
Chad, you guys want to hear me read Sonic fanfiction on Amazon.com?
At first, I thought you were just gonna, like, videotape yourself reading it internally.
What do you mean by that?
Like, just
watching
reading
it, looking at
yeah,
the
you're like, I'm gonna monetize reading fan fiction. I was like, what is this dude talking about?
Oh, it's Dang Bum. What a guy.
I didn't get Dang Bum on my run, but it was a little.
I guess he cares about me.
It was a little overkill as well.
The secrets, nah. I'd probably listen. There's some dots involved with that, alright?
Chat says yes, in my chat. Overwhelmingly so.
Oh, sweet. I wonder what the longest Sonic fanfiction ever written has been.
It's still being written.
Alright, I wonder if I can get on a wait list then. I don't want to run out of words.
On a wait list.
Maybe you get identified as the first person to be able to read it.
Print media is going so well right now that there's not enough books to go around on the internet. For people, the demand has outstripped the supply, and you need to get on the wait list to pick up Sonic fanfiction.
Picking up the joke now. All right.
I'm being the straight man who explains the joke. You can be the Costello. Or Albert, I don't remember.
Slams through the door. That's my only function in life these days.
That's the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, Kramer, Kool-Aid Man, same thing. Just one of them's less racist.
What? Okay, yes, I see. Michael Richards was racist for a second.
No, the Kool-Aid Man was racist.
Yeah, that's what I was going for in my head. I was like, was there an incident I missed where a man dressed in a Kool-Aid Man costume said something regrettable?
I mean, I'm not going to go down this path, but I think there are ways you could phrase that to actually end up being racist as well. But we shouldn't bother to try.
All right, yeah. My parents have told me that my dad has told me that when he was young, the family was not very well off. So instead of having milk, his parents, there's no way for me to go back in time and verify that if this is true or if he's just fucking with me. But he said his parents gave him Kool-Aid instead of milk. And then at a certain point in my aging, I asked myself the all-important question of how in any way is Kool-Aid a substitute for milk at all?
It is a liquid
That is not
material.
water.
That is, yeah. I mean, just go for the water instead.
Right?
You're
But this
actually
is-
making more work for yourself.
I
now.
guess this is like the, if it's a true story at least, it was like the 70s in a rural area, so maybe people, or at least my grandparents were not super, educated about health and stuff like that. But maybe they thought it was like, it carried the same vitamin profile as like a fruit juice or something like that.
Sure.
I could almost see, because it has fruit flavors, thinking, well, there's got to be some vitamins in it.
It has colors, sort of like that fruits that we're aware of.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's probably basically better than water. Because it's more than water.
You're putting stuff in it that does not exist in water, so I can't see how it could possibly be worse for you.
It's additive, not subtractive. You're not taking stuff out of water.
Right, yeah. If they were taking stuff out of water to make Kool-Aid, I would agree with you, Mr. Scientist, that it seems like Kool-Aid is worse for you. But how can more stuff be worse? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, sometimes in graphic design, less is more. But I'll tell you what, I've never understood that philosophy.
Graphic design is not a real philosophy either.
It's not a real philosophy. That's why you take as many different typefaces and colors, you jam them together as closely as you can. And you call it a day.
Honestly, I'm okay with the minimalist graphic design philosophy as long as whatever you make for me includes both Papyrus and Comic Sans. I only have 2 demands.
And alternate between letters, too. Don't be cheap about it.
Well, I just think that, like, if you wanted to really pop, some of them should be capitals, some of them should be lowercase.
Yeah, and not like following grammar or anything, just the ones that seem right to you at the time.
How's your run going, Nick?
I'm on the chest. Are you in a convenient place for me to be on the chest?
Yeah, absolutely. I just finished my Azazel run because it ends at Mom's Heart, which I forgot.
Mom's perfume. I kind of want to re-roll all this shit.
I agree.
Done.
111 or LOL 111. I forgot that Mom's Heart looks like that.
I got the D4.
Give it a
That's
try.
interesting. Give it a whack.
Take
You'll
it out
throw
for a
right
spin.
back. I have a really good damage right now, though. I feel like that would be an... whatever. Do it. Who cares?
That's my
right.
philosophy.
I've got the Ludovico technology ring of laser death that I control.
Okay.
Carrying around a weight.
Sure, that's
Behind
Samson's
me.
chain, I believe.
I also have a Gemini, though, so there's, like, stuffed dragon in every direction.
Stuffed dragon.
Stuffed dragon in every direction. I've got the big blue fly, the baby's best friend. I don't know the names of some of these items. Who cares?
Nick, I've got to admit that chat is not being super positive about your chances in Balls of Steel as a result of today's performance.
Are you really telling me that? Like, I don't know that already. Chad, I never claimed anything about even being ready for this. I just said, let's do it because it's silly.
I'm just saying the confidence is being undermined somewhat.
Don't have any confidence in me. I'm going to lose.
Sandbagging.
I don't know how much more humbled I can be by this.
Classic sandbagging. You got a problem with my mouse pointer? How about this? I'll pick Isaac's nose with it.
You want to tell me where the boss is?
I actually don't remember because that was 2
Yes.
runs ago.
Fuck. Hey, chat, you know where the boss is in this run?
NL, don't doubt Nick. He's being power-dicked as we speak. Oh, you know what? I'll take the opportunity here to at least raise the volume of my Moobot subscriber sound. It's at maximum volume.
I'm gonna rip your innards out.
Oh, you know what I did? I lowered
gonna rip your
the...
innards
Oh,
out through
geez.
your bunghole.
Ram Toxic, thank you very much for the subscription. I lowered it in Chrome because of the unmutable ads.
I'm
Okay,
gonna rip
I've
your
got to
innards
learn
out
from
through
my
your
mistakes.
bunghole.
Every time I go in a direction, the boss is in the absolute opposite direction of that. For real.
Nick's
All right,
going for the
D4's up.
long con. He could be going for the long
D4's up.
con.
What is this?
It's all good either way.
I have no weapon. What is happening?
You D4
Oh, I
yourself
have
again?
Monstros Long on the longest possible charge up of my life.
I bet it does a lot of damage, though.
I couldn't even tell it was moving. It was that slow.
Nick, I programmed a Binding of Isaac character randomizer last night.
That's awesome. Are you going to use it in your series? Because I heard the
No.
one you're using did not produce proper random numbers.
I made it to be like, well, I'll just make my own, and then people won't think that I'm using a weighted random. And then I was like,
Now
wait,
they
that...
will think that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that makes no sense. So I just did it to test myself. And it works Totally works beautifully. Comes out with a pseudo-random distribution, as you would expect, given that I'm not actually testing like Nuclear Decay. It has a UI. There's a couple of checkboxes, one for if you want the Lost in there, one for if you want Eden in there. It's got a button you press to random.
Do you know computers can't produce truly random results?
I've heard that a lot, yes.
What's up with that? Why don't you just program that to be not true?
You can't really, because if you use a pattern to come up with something random, then it's not random, not truly
Just
random.
pi.
Anyway.
We don't know the end of pi.
I don't know if math works like that.
Just pick some digits in pi somewhere.
Yeah, but how do you pick them?
Randomly.
You can't do that!
Oh, fuck. Divided by 0. I exploded.
I'll show you the randomizer, but it's on the laptop right now. I have to just put it on my PC. And also learn how to program quickly and make it. You caught me. I'm joking.
Nothing can be truly random if I remember correctly.
But here you go. Nick, do you want the Lost included?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want Eden included?
Yeah, do it with everybody.
Okay. Well, there's no other checkboxes.
I'm gonna rip your innards out through your bunghole.
Sway boys. Thank you very much for the subscription. Click the button. You got the Lost. Sorry, Nick, your streak's over.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
I was up to like 7 now.
It's gone now. Sorry.
That's really bad news for me, Ryan. I'm on a D4 again. Here we go. Oh. Oh, shit, what is that? Oh, I got giant balls.
You got giant balls. Giant
They're
balls.
massive.
Giant balls. You got like the mind or something?
This is a great one.
What is it?
I don't even know. So the tears come out of my face and immediately do loops around my body, which tells me probably we're dealing with soy milk of some kind.
Tiny planet.
Gigantic.
Got tiny planet.
That's what I meant. Tiny planet. And they go around me about 4 times, but they're like 3/4 the size of the screen. This is the sign from God that I'm ready for Balls of Steel.
Okay, sure.
This is it. Proptosis Little Planet. Is that all this is? Tiny planet? No, it can't be. It's too cool for that.
It's not 100% text-based, please. There's a J button on it. Yes, the J button has text on it.
Is there a J-O button?
You could make a J button called J-O button. I don't know if you want to know what happens when it presses, though. That's not going to be a fun action listener to code.
You guys have to figure out what this combo is, because it's weird.
Nick, you need to finish this run.
I'm on the boss right now. I'm doing a ton of damage. I'm just enjoying this weird-ass run.
Nuclear Throne is not dead. There was a run posted yesterday, and there is a run... There's 2 runs in the queue to go up, and I've got a whiteboard now, and on my whiteboard, I have Nuclear Throne listed in the high priority queue for it. Rebirth is in the low priority queue.
That makes sense.
Those are the only 2 things on my to-do list.
I want to see the whiteboard.
It's a whiteboard.
Yeah, but you used to have a whiteboard and you used to do vlogs about it, so
Yeah,
I want to hear what's on the whiteboard today.
Okay, you ready? Q, Nuclear Throne high priority, Rebirth low priority. Let's look at to post is Avalanche 2. To do a bunch of administrative stuff and also set up subscriber stream poll for this Sunday.
Oh, sweet. Alright, I'm glad we got to look into the life of your whiteboard today.
Yep, there you go.
You're welcome, chat. I did that for you.
Is the run over?
Oh, there's my items, in case you're wondering. You're not going to see shit from them, though.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Nick.
Somebody asked. Oh, yeah, you want me to just walk to the chest now?
Oh my god.
My balls are so big. It's beautiful.
I have a queue on the dailies because I missed a couple days of posting. So I'm like a couple days behind.
Alright, run's over.
Oh, sweet. Alright, thanks for watching the first section here. You know, just your standard Mom's Knife, Polyphemus, Judas' Shadow, Holy Mantle, Guppy run that takes 61 minutes. We'll be back to play Avalanche 2 next. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 3 minutes, and then we'll be joined in our final section by Rob, of course. Anyway, see you in 3 minutes.
See you in 3. I'm going to shout a couple of donations.
Please do.
Thank you very much for the $5 donation from Mr. Richfield. Been watching your stuff for quite some time now, although I don't like a lot of your content. I really like watching you. You're an emphatic, intelligent, funny dude. Thanks very much. Very kind of you, and thank you very much to Remix One Up for the $30 donation. This is where we spam the donkeys, by the way. Here's my subscription money for the past year since I've been away for so long. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. $2.99 from Dangest Cobbler Ever. NL is directed by Thomas McCarthy from a script he co-wrote from newcomer Paul Sado. Following in his father's and grandfather's footsteps, NL runs a charming if rundown shoe repair shop in New York City. And thank you to Yaxis or Laxis for the $8 donation. Nick, do you do the pinch and roll technique when scratching your balls through your underwear? Yeah, I guess so. Seems like a thing I would do. Alright. Thanks very much for all the donations, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's play some Super Avalanche. And let's also change the game title if it's in here. There it is. It's totally in here. Alright, does the controller work? Oh, it's loud. It's very loud. Excuse me. Alright, let's drop this down to like 20. Should be good. Through tides of time and challenge, those we love grow right alongside us. It's a nice little way to open up your game. Little cute quote. We're gonna play this on the Beast Marshmallow Entertainment System. I think gaming needs more marshmallows in general, so I'm kind of for this whole thing.
Pardon me? I was too busy listening to this commercial for Pantene Pro V.
I was talking about marshmallows and how good they are.
You a big marshmallow fan?
Big.
Like,
Best thing,
you eat them solo? Like by themselves?
I'll eat them any way you want. You put them in the microwave, they'll get as big as you want. They're like pillows.
Yeah, but what do you do? What, you put it like in the microwave on a Triscuit or something?
Just put them in the microwave. What's the big deal?
So this motherfucker dips potato chips in cottage cheese, but marshmallows is just sugar
Put it on
gelatin.
a plate, probably.
He's like, I'll have that by itself.
I don't see what the problem is. You could put flavoring on them, like chocolate, if you want.
You can, yes, but you don't.
Also, what happens property-wise to a marshmallow if you put it in the freezer for long enough? Does it become brittle?
I don't know. I've never had the opportunity.
Right? See, there's all these things you don't understand about marshmallows you never tried.
Right, this is correct, yeah. What happens when you put a freaking, I don't know, what happens when you put a tomato in the microwave? What happens when you put a rock in the microwave? There's plenty of things.
Rock will get hot, the tomato might explode, it's full of moisture. What the marshmallow does is kind of beyond science.
It's beyond science.
I don't think we've tested it all.
Science is not ready to analyze the properties of what happens to this,
I don't think we've tested it all. Just saying.
Alright. Nick, are you ready to play some Avalanche 2?
No, but I'm gonna try.
Alright. I'm just gonna start playing, because I'm pretty sure that you have, like, a tutorial that you might be forced to go through.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, I mean, I've played this game a long, long time ago, but I don't know how much has changed about it since, like, 2 years ago when I played it.
I'm gonna explain what's going on. Some people are saying that it's muted. It's not muted. Your speakers might be muted. Or maybe Twitch is fucked up.
Oh, it's a little loud.
No, what are you talking about? No sound. If you're on mobile with no sound, let me know. This game, this is also not Duck Game, you are correct. It's basically a game where you just climb as high as you possibly can. It's a platformer, also a puzzle platformer. You can get killed by enemies, you can get crushed by blocks. You can also break blocks yourself as well. I believe that it is based, you may know more of the history than I do, Nick, but I believe it is based on a Flash game from like a few years ago. Or something along these lines. You told me that you covered this a few years ago, at least.
Yeah, I did, and I loved it then.
Basically, our goal is to get as high as we can. Also, we're collecting coins and banking coins at the same time as well.
Dude, shops sometimes will fall from the sky, and you can get a bandana.
This is correct.
As a marshmallow, that's pretty sweet. You can
oh, I see why you're talking about marshmallows.
He gets it, finally.
Because you play as a marshmallow in this game.
It also says that at the beginning, too.
Right, yes. You really a big Marshmallow fan, or was that just all for show?
The Beast Marshmallow Entertainment System. I don't think I need to go as far as I went, but I am a fan of them.
That was not very smart of me there. You're a fan of them.
Oh, for sure, man. Who's not a fan of marshmallows?
I mean, I don't really
like... You must be really lame if you hate marshmallows.
I don't think that makes me very lame to hate marshmallows. Honestly, I'm not that big of a... I'm not that big of a marshmallow fan.
Hey, Northernlight, we're gonna have you over for a bonfire, and we're gonna make some s'mores. How do
Okay,
you feel
but
about
s'mores
that?
are not
Oh, I hate
marshmallows.
it. I'm not coming to your party. You're a piece of
I asked you how you felt about plain marshmallows, and you said I'm for them. If you said, "Hey, come over to our house. We're having, game day snacks," and I said, "What's going on with your game day snacks?" and you're like, "Oh, we got a bag of plain marshmallows," I'd be like, "Can I just bring some chips?" And you'd be like, "Sure, as long as you can bring some cottage cheese to go along with them." And then I would not come to your birthday party because that sounds not like something I'm interested in.
You would skip my birthday just because of the snacks.
Well, it's not just because of the snacks. It's because you're being very, almost dare I say, fascist in your snackocracy here, aren't you?
Honestly, kind of petty, I would say.
Well, it's kind of petty for you to force
like-
me to eat the kind of snacks that you want me to eat.
Richard Petty, of all things.
Richard Petty, there's nothing, you should have nothing against the ambassador to racing. His auto racing's Gandhi, is what I believe he's been called.
Oh, look at the coins. You get the coins and stack them up in a little rainbow stack.
This is correct.
I love it.
Alright, so you want to bank as much as possible, Nick.
And you'll die a lot.
I believe
not so
you
bad.
are familiar with this. So basically, we're just gonna do a competition of a pseudo competition at least. Whoever gets the highest score over the course of the highest distance over the course of of the whole stream gets a prize.
Do you think dying really feels like being pinched?
I would if you get pinched to death, probably.
I feel like that's a weird way to put it, but maybe it's right. I've never died before, so maybe I'll see one day.
Hopefully not. I'm pretty sure that the singularity is fast approaching, man.
What, we don't die in the singularity?
No, well, it depends on your
We
definition of
collapse
die.
into a single atom.
No, the singularity we merge with artificial intelligence.
What about the gray goo?
That's nanobots. That's totally different.
Isn't it similar, though?
No.
The artificial intelligence controls the gray goo, so
Nah,
I figured
it's not
kind of the
true.
same. Alright,
They are similar in that they both come in the future. As opposed to you, who is more in the slam spit kind of meta.
Your mother's gonna come in the future.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, probably, I guess. I've come to terms with it. I'm not gonna tell her not to. That's not my job. She's done right by me as far as I'm concerned, bringing me into the world. I think it's a little bit presumptuous to assume that I should have control over the rest of her life in all domains as well.
Oathkeep says, Nick, your quote is on the Steam store page for this game. So
What?
there you go. Apparently I have played this game. How about that?
Was it like in alpha when you played it on Indie
It was
Impressions?
like very early, yes. But it was still just as fun.
Yeah, I found myself like I didn't get a review copy of this. I didn't ask for one anyway. But I just I picked it up myself because it looked up my alley, and I was correct. This is up my alley.
I figured you were in contact. That's why I was confused what happened there.
No,
Thank
well, I
you,
mean,
Anus, by the way, for the subscription. I appreciate it.
I was just kind of lazy about it. I was like, well, I could ask for a review copy, or I'll just buy it. It's like 11 p.m. I got a hankering for some arcade action.
The aesthetic reminds me a little bit of Mischief Makers, which makes me a little happy.
I can see that.
It's all those blocks with circles missing out
I
of
gave
them.
it like a little bit of a bust a move sort of feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bubble popping kind of.
Yeah, the bubble pop game.
Sucrose-filled, saccharine, highly polished.
Yeah, like these pastel colors.
We're gonna jump up these blocks now.
It gets really
Let's
intense.
enjoy
Also,
that.
the music is awesome. But it gets really intense the further up you get here.
And we will be getting further up than that.
Yeah, Nick is... Apparently, he's an authority on the game, so...
Well, I made it like 55 feet on my first run here, so that's not anything.
My runs alternate between 1,000 and, like, 5. So I'll just, like, fuck up the first jump.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Bust a Groove, the PlayStation 1 rhythm dancing game. This is correct. Bust a Groove's pretty good, though.
I actually really like that game.
Yeah, you played it, I guess, if you really liked it. I like it as well.
Asked me, did you play? Thank you very much, Oathkeep, also for the subscription. You guys, you're putting me back on the road to 500 again. And you know what happens when we get there.
Then you
Titan Souls.
force 10 people to unsubscribe so you can get back to using Road to 500 as a marketing technique.
That's also true, but I'm going to try and play Titan Souls with my feet. You think I can kill all the bosses with my feet?
Absolutely not.
I think I can.
I'm just being a realist. I know you can kill all the bosses with your hands.
Oh yeah, because I've done that already.
Correct. with your feet seems a little tricky.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
We'll have to see, yeah.
Oh, look at the cute bird.
Oh, jeez. Get out of here, Squid Man. Get out of here, Squid Man! Oh, he hit me and I used my extra life. I love the music on the 3rd stage of the game. It's so good. I think it's the one they use for the commercial, because they know.
They know.
They know they got something good going there. I need this cape.
Yeah, I did do the brownie skip with my feet, so I guess anything is possible.
Oh, there goes my cape.
Remember that game Tower Climb that we played like a long time ago?
Yeah, that's like still not completely out,
What
right?
happened with that?
I believe that it's still not out, but you gotta ask Josh. Josh was the Tower Climb dude.
I really liked that game.
I liked that game as well.
And then we just didn't hear anything about it for like 2 years.
Admittedly, I have not sought too much of it out.
There's probably a story behind it. I'm kind of curious, though.
Well, it might not even be dead, you know?
No, I mean, a story behind why it's not out is all I mean.
Yeah. There's not
Unless
done.
it is out, and I don't know.
Yes, hello.
I'm just real dumb.
Oh, thank you, Kate. I ate a granola bar. Ah, I got crushed. I ate a granola bar before the stream. I'm feeling alright.
Hey, what do you think about the Avalanche?
What'd you say? No, I don't think so. I'll be okay. Alright. That was my 2nd best run ever.
Congrats.
Do you get to do a little heist at the end of your tower climb? No.
Nice.
You're thinking
I
of
like the
tower
where
heist.
you got your mind right now.
I can't believe tower heists. I can't believe it's like a thing for the show. I blame you entirely for that, because it is entirely your
Who
fault.
else would you blame but
Exactly.
me?
It is entirely your fault, so I'm going to blame you.
I'm fine with being blamed for that. I deserve it. I did that. How do you bank coins, by the way? I kind of rushed past that part.
Occasionally a bank will show up, and you can jump on the chest to deposit or withdraw.
Ah, okay.
Everything in the game is accomplished by bouncing.
Jumping on things. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna lose these 35 coins. I have a feeling.
Make sure you read the item descriptions as well. Like, are you using controller?
Yeah, I am.
Stuff like the cape is so good, giving you those like air dashes.
I like the Naruto headband.
Just that's a nice passive, you know, faster speed overall. But I really love the cape dash because you can get these huge ass surf combos.
Oh, it kept a percentage of my coins actually, even though I died.
Yeah, I think it gives you some because it's, you know, it recognizes
like
that.
Oh, I died on the 2nd jump. Okay, that's cool.
I thought Nick was a leading authority on the game. Well, according to the store page, he is.
Look, I haven't played it in like 2 years. I'm coming at this kind of cold.
They should put that quote on the store page.
No, I'm not putting it in there. This game is real good. I'm not saying that.
I'm putting it down right now.
Withers for your 5 months in a row.
Nick,
for you.
I'm calling my shot, okay?
Yeah, good.
1,500 feet. I think I can get 1,500 feet.
What's the first boss at?
500?
500? Because I just got to that.
Yeah. It's a start, you know?
Pogo stick.
Don't feel bad. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
I know they do.
Maybe it's 250?
Even if they started somewhere really good.
Oh, yeah. It's 250. Also, like, as you're fighting the boss, you could look at that height meter at the top of the screen.
I just did it, but forgot. That's all.
You could tell me yourself.
Deposit 10 coins. I can't do that.
Why not?
Oh, there's a challenge. I don't have 10 coins at the moment.
Oh, I see. Well, you can still, if you jump on it, it'll take all the coins you have.
Oh, I don't want to.
You're going to want to bank that stuff, man.
It's not where I need it to be, so I can't get to it.
Oh, I want that. I want that, but I can't get it. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go. You know you can wrap around the screen as well.
Yeah, I forget a lot, but I do know that.
Okay. Can be important.
No egg! Get out! Bird just dropped an egg on me.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm used to
Oh,
it.
that's nonsense. A game that's just pure, distilled, undiluted fun, Rockily Smile.
It's true.
That's very true. I agree with that. I got my Let's Look at this coming up maybe even later today. If I can also get ahead on those like 10 Nuclear Throne episodes that need to go up. And I believe I may have said it's just pure, undistilled, undiluted fun.
It would be weird to go back and watch this episode now because it's so long ago.
Well, you know.
I doubt I even had very much presence in my voice. It would be weird.
You should do it, man.
The bird.
You're on the Steam store page now. You gotta own it.
I agree. I should own it. Hey, I killed the boss.
I'm very happy to hear that.
And I shot up into the air, and there's no ground under me anymore.
Someone asked, what does banking do? Banking, basically, to unlock stuff, you need to have coins in your bank. But as you die, you lose all but a small percentage of your coins. So you bank in order to save whatever coins you don't think like you want to protect.
Essentially, you give them all your money under the guise that they'll give you interest, but they don't give you any interest anymore. You just give them your money.
I think
and then they charge you fees.
I think you're slightly confused about the purpose of banks.
What do you use them for anymore?
You know,
you just take your money.
It's a safe place to hold your money.
Nope. They take it. It's guaranteed they take it.
I don't think they take it.
I mean, they don't, like, keep it, but they use it for stuff, and you're supposed to get basically rent for them using your money.
Right. I mean, you do still get rent, you know. It's just, it's low.
It's like 0.0001%.
It's like less than 1%, but still.
Very little money.
It's something, man. You know, it's the interest rates go down when the market is in risk.
Not in this economy.
They're not making much money in it. I'm not defending banks necessarily.
Big Business Northern Line.
I'm just saying, if you're using a bank, you know, and you think you're informed that banks are evil, then you can just like also not use a bank if you want to. It seems like you've got principles on the subject.
No, I have no principles at all.
Don't let me get in the way of the fuck business narrative, though.
I wish I knew enough about banking to make a joke about principle, because that would have been funny.
Yeah, I'm dead. The principal is, that's what you know.
He's the pal.
Yeah, he's the head of the vice principal. So what exactly are you, a marshmallow? That's a funny story. Alright, I've not had good runs here.
We get to be a marshmallow these days. You ever surf blocks? Because that's really fun.
Yo, surfing blocks with the cape is like the ideal.
It feels good. It looks good.
If it feels good, do it. Even if you
ask?
shouldn't, don't let people mess you around. That's what Sloan said.
I always listen to Sloan.
Do you?
No, but I will now.
You should, man. They got some good tracks. They're Canadian pop princes.
There's multiple Sloans?
There's many people in Sloan. There's the Sloan brothers.
How many Sloans do we have?
Well, there's the Sloan brothers, and then there's the drummer and the bassist.
Oh. Which one's your favorite Sloan?
Probably the one that sings.
Okay. Why is that? Because they have the best voice?
Yeah. He's the one that goes like, sigh it all and I can't deny. It's a hard life living, and then they kind of go like, ooh, woohoo. Canadian pop princess.
I'm kind of getting into this band now that you put it that way.
You should give it a try, man.
Small Potatoes I just unlocked. I made it like 600.
They're no ABBA, but they're up there.
681 feet.
It's decent. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass. It's not bad.
Just keeping you appraised as to where I am.
I appreciate it. I've been doing quite poorly myself recently. Oh, I like this one though. Coins are magnetized.
Did you mention at all about power-up slots? Because that's a thing you find along the way.
Yes, red squares that you pick up are power-up slots. You fill these with power-ups. Whoa.
It's not like Atlantic City slots. It's the other kind of slots.
Right, not slot machines. Those are rigged.
Although that could be in this too. I honestly don't know.
Those are rigged just like the banks.
Yep.
Probably even less than the banks, but they're in the same category.
The house always wins, man. Just
the
like
house
the banks.
always wins.
That's what the saying is, right?
Yes. Not in these property markets.
Not in this economy.
Renters always win. Whoa, I
true.
didn't mean to get up there. Yo, you gotta get off this block, dog. I can hear people on our floor, so I think I may intermittently have to leave in a moment here. I can hear like some industrial sounds outside of my door.
I appreciate that all the blocks look like cereal.
Again, we have like building maintenance stuff, so if I have to go for like 5 minutes, I'll just put up my overlay. You can go watch Nick if you're not doing so already, and I will be back in due time.
You should absolutely watch me, because I got to 39 feet that time.
Jay's favorite line, dog in due time. Now you look at me like, damn dog, you where I am. A hip-hop legend. I think I died in an accident, because this must be heaven. That was Kanye West 2005.
Can you do a video where you rank your 10 favorite Kanye quotes?
I'd have to put a lot of... it would be a cost-prohibitive thing in terms of research time, because I'd have to go through a lot, man.
We could probably Patreon that.
I can tell you some stuff that would be near the top. I don't want to do it. That's the other reason. And also,
yeah, but if you Patreon it, you'll be forced to.
I don't really want to like do things on Patreon all the time. Maybe one podcast is enough for Patreon.
I disagree. Kanye videos are important.
No, you know, I also don't want to lose my channel to like content ID matching or have
I didn't
people
say you had
go
to sing the song. Just read the lyrics out.
have people go. Well, with rapping, it's just like reading, man.
Really?
Rubbing is racing, rapping is reading.
Have the rappers heard you say that kind of thing? Because I don't think they feel that way.
They'd be fine with it. They know it's not singing.
Reading.
That doesn't mean it's worse than singing. It's just not the same as singing necessarily.
Your phone kind of said it was.
No, I think that you're letting your own prejudices filter or make you feel that way about it. I don't think that singing is some kind of high-minded ideal that rappers should aspire to. Oh, all right, I'll be back.
Walk up and bust a
Watch
nut
Nick.
in your macaroni. And watch you finish off the last little bit, because you're a stupid-ass, dumb fucking idiot. How about that? Kanye couldn't write that shit. Oh man, this is some exclusive behind-the-scenes Northern Lion right here. This is VH1's Behind the Music, behind the YouTuber. Where's the YT channel these days? Behind the YouTuber. In PewDiePie's basement and garage. What does he have on his shelves? Tune in at 11 to see. You may be surprised. He's got night vision goggles, but why? It's gonna be weird, isn't it? It's alright. I'll be honest with you, that whole thing went by pretty quickly. Seems like they really sorted it out together. Watch, Nick? Well, I guess. Don't get too carried away.
What's up?
Hey, how'd it go?
Yeah, it was fine.
They let you keep your house and everything?
Yeah, just a
nice.
fire alarm test apparently.
What did Commissioner Gordon have to say about it?
he
Where's
said-
Rachel?
He said our cats were gonna freak out, and he was correct.
Alright.
Oh, I gotta put the overlay not up. Well, that was much faster than I expected.
Yeah, I think you get too worried when people show up. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I knew that they were gonna show up. I wasn't concerned. I just thought maybe it would take more than like a second.
You let them do their job, man. That's what their job is.
I'm not trying to stop them from doing it. Did you hear me open
That's
the...
their job.
I was opening the door and being very respectful.
You're putting up a lot of resistance. You were trying to give him a hard time. I heard you yelling at him. You were cursing nonstop.
This is you. You got a weird impression of what happened. Oh, that was not a good jump. Come on, we can do this. Oh,
I'm
man,
tilting
doing
because
so
I'm
bad.
Like, not paying attention somehow.
Oh
It
my
seems so
God.
easy to just not get a block to fall on you in theory, but then you try it, it's like, nope.
Yeah,
those
you
fall.
move like a mushroom, which is... Or not a mushroom, sorry, a marshmallow, which is not the most agile of...
You were right the first time. I move kind of like a
creatures.
mushroom.
You move like a mushroom.
It's one thing people have been saying about me for ages. I move just like a mushroom.
I know this is Twitch chat, but not everybody who knocks on your door is the SWAT team. Sometimes they just want to sell you dog food. Or test your fire alarm.
Or a dog.
Yeah, they might want to sell you a dog. I mean, this guy's got one hell of like a walkie-talkie down there. It's coming out like a loudspeaker.
He's got to be heard. It's his job.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know what happens
Locking his shit again.
if you don't open the door. I don't know what happens. Oh, jeez, that was... You know you get bonus coins for close calls, Nick.
Yeah, I don't like to play that kind of program shit right now.
You can do it constructively a little bit with the cape, with the dash, but it's tricky.
You think I have balls of steel?
I
That's
think
gonna
you're-
crush me, and did.
All right, here we go. Cape time. Oh, never mind. The cape got crushed.
How does Nick move like a mushroom? Well, you would love to see that, wouldn't you? You'd have to tune into the YouTubers Unplugged behind the scenes for that.
That should still count as a wicked surf as far as I'm concerned. That's more surfy than Blue Crush. Shadow Cape. Press down on blocks to become intangible. Pardon me?
I love that.
Press down on blocks to become intangible. Well, now I'll never know what it is.
My tangibility has always been too high, in my opinion. Oh,
Press-
double balloon me, Captain.
Do you get super high when you get double balloon?
I get super high, not because of this game.
Are you too high to get over? Too low to get under?
I don't have a second slot, so I can't take it.
I wonder if the alarm guy thinks NL is doing gay porn. Why? Because I was fucking a dude in the ass when he walked in?
That would be a decent reason to think that, but...
Actually, you know what? I can't say that that's a foolish idea, because he might just have the wrong idea about everything. He might go into everybody's room and be like, someone doing gay porn in here?
Maybe he sniffle a little bit when he did it?
He sniffed a little bit.
He's trying to tell if he gets pick up a little bit of butt in the air?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he was into it. Maybe he's not. I'm just trying to say anything's possible.
Maybe he moves like a mushroom.
Jeez, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Oh my god, he said, get off of my floor. Get off of my plane as well. Which I am still on.
Giving him more shit. Could you give this guy any more shit?
I don't cut anybody a break. That's like number one. Don't. Oh, Jesus. I think I should have been hit there, but instead I didn't get hit, so that's good. What was I going to say? I told you this in the Skype chat, but I think chat would like it as well. I was walking home the other day, and I walked past this wall, and it had graffiti spray painted on it. And it was like traditional Canadian graffiti, because it was actually like very progressive, right? It said gay rights, and it was intended to be, I think, gay rights all night. But instead they took the easy way out, and they wrote it with a number. So they wrote gay rights all Nate. And it just, like with an 8. The same way Twitch would say mate. And, well, that just doesn't make very much sense to me, but at the same time, I think their heart was in the right place.
Could it be that there's some sort of Canadian politician named Nate that they're trying to make a statement against?
I don't believe that to be the case.
Alright, because that would be the only other direction I think I could find that working in.
I can't get out! Chad, I can't get out! The pogo stick wouldn't let me get out! Oh no, 552 feet.
Brought your pogo stick just to show her a trick. So many friends.
So yes, it said, maybe Nate is Canadian slang. Come on, you think I wouldn't know it?
Come on, Nate.
It wasn't a throw. I actually couldn't jump properly there. I think it was something with my the 2 items I had were interacting. Yeah, I had, pogo stick bunny, I think, and it was getting some weird interactions in there.
A lot of item synergies in this game you gotta learn.
Yeah. Tiny planets, you don't want to take it.
You can take it if you want, but you're not gonna be happy about it.
Oh. Gay rights all Nate.
Alright, let's fight Big Mouth.
You on first boss?
Nope, I'm dead, actually. That's what that was.
Now, this game works in opposite of Spelunky, chat. The jetpack is shit. I know it's hard to wrap your head around.
Well, if you let it recharge, it's not shit.
It's pretty bad.
Just give it a minute. It's
not very good.
Give it a whack. You'll throw it right back.
At least we've confirmed that our fire alarm works. I wouldn't have known that.
I've known about it every time in your life they've tested the fire alarms in the last year.
I wouldn't have thought that our fire alarm worked based on the fact that we've had three false alarms in the past month at 6 in the morning. But now we have
boxing gloves do.
We have definitive proof that it works. I don't think I've ever had the boxing gloves.
Gotten them twice.
Are you sure they're boxing gloves?
They're green gloves.
Oh, climbing gloves, dog.
Oh.
They're climbing gloves.
Dude, I'm gonna take the cape and the balloon up with me.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I was gonna try and swap them. I only have 1 slot, so I was gonna just swap them back and forth forever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, that's not a great plan.
Well, I found out when I got rid of the balloon.
I like it in theory. I'm real bad at this now, but I have faith, chat. What did I call it? 1500. We're gonna hit 1500. We still got we're less than just over halfway there.
Cape.
Should be banking some coins as well.
Oh, come on.
Come on with this shit.
I'm not getting that shield. That's gonna crush me.
How many coins you got banked?
200.
That's pretty good.
I haven't spent any yet.
Yeah, stuff costs 300, so...
here comes the fucking lava. I'm stuck.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a shit seed to start with. I don't think you're ever 100% dead, but there are definitely ones where it's you could pretty easily die in the early game.
There weren't a lot of options for me. I kind of had to just jump in the lava after a while. Maybe I could have jumped in some special way that I'm not aware of.
You know you're
yet.
in trouble when that's your best option. Is 100% chance of death.
Yeah, things could have gone better when I was absolutely, definitely gonna die.
There we go. Ryan, you're lucky that there's no speaker in your room. Oh, are you getting like all the messages they're broadcasting through the speaker right now?
Am I? No.
No, not you.